Hi. I'm gonna save the whole I'm sorry, I'm back, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So we're here for a week reading. I really don't like the lighting in this room right now, but we're working with what we got, and we're just gonna get right into it. Hi, welcome, happy Monday, happy week. If I didn't say it already, this is a general week reading, and if you're watching this outside of this week and it happens to resonate, then it could be meant for you in that time as well. We're gonna get started. What does our week look like as a whole? Spirits, what does our week look like as a whole? The moon. The moon is like a hidden path will soon be revealed. Sometimes it's the card of uncertainty or kind of drawn between two things. This card could also represent illusion or confusion. It's kind of just a time to really, and that's really funny because today my co-star literally said, if it doesn't feel right in your gut, don't trust it. And that's exactly what this card is. It's just trust your intuition, listen to your inner voice. Just be cautious and be aware. It's not a bad card. Something else in this card could also be so there's a dog and a wolf here or a coyote. It could also represent balancing your tame side and balancing your wild side. This is just the theme of the week, and we'll probably elaborate on that later. Moving on. Card 2. Something unexpected that will arise this week. Spirits, what is something unexpected? Ooh, okay. 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is the card of rest. It also could be I kind of also know this card is a blessing in disguise. There's a person blessing another here, and as you can see, this person is sleeping. If your body needs rest this week, please listen. I slept for 14 hours last night, and I might do it again today. Although I did want to say this, although the new year has started, some of the planets and whatnot are not yet in sync to where we are in a place to be making moves, if that makes sense. So if you're feeling really tired, listen to your body. That's kind of what the moon is saying, is to listen to your inner voice. And if you're not feeling tired, that's fine. That message is not for you. But something unexpected that will arise this week is you may just feel more rested, or you might be needing more rest. So either way, that's a really good thing. Card 3. How can I stay grounded and balanced this week? Spirits, how can we remain grounded and balanced this week? Can you see the cards now? We got 2. Wow. We have the Lovers and the Devil. Can you see me? Yeah. So the Devil is always a reminder. This is kind of the card of temptation. It's a reminder to stay focused on your goals and your dreams. And it's also a message saying a lot of the times we're choosing our own chaotic lives. So if you look here at the individuals, the humans with the horns, the chains around their neck are kind of big, and essentially you can remove they can take off the chains themselves, and they're choosing to be here with each other and with the devil. And the point I'm trying to make is sometimes we choose things that we know are not good. We fall into temptation, and that's so aligned with this theme of a hidden path will be revealed, illusion, confusion. I can't talk. Trusting your gut and your intuition and your inner voice. That's the Devil. And then we have the Lovers. If you are looking for love, I don't do love readings, but you may have an individual come in, and we'll pull more cards later to see how that is. But in terms of how you can stay grounded and balanced this week, be aware of the things that tempt you, and be aware of the people who show you love, who make you feel like love. The Lovers is a beautiful card, and it's I think everyone has a different definition of love, but what I will say is love can be the things that uplift you, the things that make you feel full, the things that make you feel happy and silly. It doesn't necessarily need to be another person. If it is, that's amazing. But how you say grounded and balanced is like when you're falling into temptation, remind yourself of who you would be and how you would feel if you operated only solely out of a place of love. That is what I'm going to say. That is what I am going to say with these two cards. And especially like with the Lovers, it's like, I don't know, this doesn't have to be one person. It could be your friends. It could be your family. And the devil is around us always. Temptation is always around us. And this is also the card reminding individuals to stay focused. And like, I don't know, with the Lovers coming out after, I kind of think like love might be the big idea. You know, do the things that make you feel loved. Choose love. Think before you fall into temptation. Listen to your gut. I think my co-star said today, if it doesn't feel yummy in your gut, don't do it. You know, it was something along those lines. And that's just really true. Moving on, card 4. An important emotion I will feel this week. Spirits, what is an important emotion that we will feel this week? What is an important emotion that we will feel this week? I mean, I didn't see it, so like, it doesn't count. Oh my gosh, the Magician. Wow, that's a great card. The Magician is essentially an individual who can create anything he wants. He has, if you look here, he's got a cup on his table, a pentacle, a sword, and a wand, which is all the cards, you know, what the cards represent in the deck. He's got the infinity sign above him. The Magician is, I mean, the all-time creator, you know what I mean? An important emotion you may feel this week is you may be able to visibly see how easy you can turn your dreams into reality. And like, this is also a gentle reminder that you are the creator of your reality if you believe in those things. Everything is up here, you know what I mean? It's all in your head. I think that's enough. Moving on. Something that will inspire me. Spirits, what is something that will inspire us this week? 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is sometimes the card of like standing up for yourself, feeling like you're on defense. In terms of how this will inspire you, you could be creating healthy boundaries that are actually being respected. That's what that means. And I love that for you. Anything else? Something else that could inspire you is like you could be able to identify what your boundaries are better now compared to like before. You could be a little bit better at speaking them aloud, you know? Yeah. Yeah, in the past I've looked at that card as kind of like a card of like sticking up for yourself, like in a bad way, like feeling like fight or flight mode. But I'm really not getting that here. I'm getting more of like a, you can do this. You've been doing it. You're doing the work. Let me pull one more card for that, actually. Spirits, do you have anything else for the 7 of Wands in terms of what will inspire us this week? Anything else for the 7 of Wands? All right, well, 2 fell out and I did see them. We have the Hermit and the 6 of Cups. So we're going to tie these together really quick. The Hermit is time to yourself. The Hermit, I don't know if any of you have ever heard the terms like hermit mode. It kind of can mean not going outside, staying home, and kind of just like what this individual is doing is he's like out in the cold and he's working on his like himself and his dreams so that eventually he can let his inner light out of the lantern. That's essentially what hermit mode is. And the 6 of Cups can represent a few things. The 6 of Cups can represent giving or receiving a gift. It could also represent nostalgia, inner child work. Like this could be like your older self giving you a gift or like your current self giving like your younger self a gift. And in terms of what can inspire us, what I would say is you've done the work where you spend a lot of time by yourself, kind of like asking yourself what your needs are. Maybe you've done a lot of inner child work. Maybe you've connected with your family or perhaps like someone from your childhood in a way. And ultimately, you are in a better place now where you can more clearly ask for what you need and what you desire. And that just screams love to me. And yeah, moving on. Hopefully you guys like those couple extra cards I pulled. Card 6, how will my spirit guide speak to me this week? Spirits, how are you going to speak to us this week? Oh, hell no. 3 came out. Jesus Christ. My goodness. We don't really read reverse cards on this channel, so that's not happening. So the Emperor came out. How my spirit guides will speak to you. I did say if we get another love card, I would mention it. So with the Emperor, you could be attracting someone with earthly energy. I mean, I'm kind of getting Taurus energy. I'm also getting Capricorn. It could also be a fire sign with all this like red colors I'm seeing here. Either way, so let me talk about the Emperor here. If you look at the Emperor, he's wearing armor underneath his red cloak. The Emperor is an individual who's always ready for war. And that's not like a bad thing, but it's someone who's like lived a life where, I mean, the Emperor is a ruler. He's confident, he's a leader, he takes initiative, and he's ready for a fight if he needs to be. Not saying that's the person you're in love with, but we're gonna elaborate. Just hang tight. How my spirit guides will speak to me. You could be feeling the Emperor energy. You could be meeting an Emperor person. We also have the Ten of Wands. This is the card of feeling overburdened and overworked. And immediately I just think of the Four of Swords. If you're feeling overwhelmed and overburdened, rest. But this individual is also like always at his goal. You could be reaching a goal this week or like a milestone. That's kind of what I'm getting. How will the spirit guides speak to me? If you're feeling overwhelmed and overburdened, just know you're almost there. You can rest when needed. Always listen to your body and listen to your intuition. Yeah. And then the other card was the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is normally like a decision that needs to be made, and this is how our spirit guides will speak to us. So we did have a lot of cards here. So what I'm going to say is the Two of Swords is often like an individual who's thinking this or that type of decision, but if she takes off the blindfold, she would see that there's a third island behind her. And it's kind of like a card of you have more than 2 options. You can think about things in a different way. You can always take a different perspective, if that makes sense. How my spirit guides will speak to me this week. Honestly, like the fact that 3 cards came out, I think spirits might be screaming at you this week. You may have an individual of Emperor energy come into your life. This could also be you. You may have some decisions to make, and it's just a gentle reminder to look at it in a different perspective. You will be reaching a goal or a milestone this week. You may feel overworked or overburdened, but just know that any 10 is a completion card, and you're on the right path. Moving on. How to best support myself this week. Spirits, thank you for all the wonderful cards. How can we best support ourselves this week? Damn, Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. So the Knight of Swords is take action. Yeah, take action this week. I don't know what it is. I mean, it seems like, you know, it's funny because there's like a lot of things going on in this reading. There's a lot of action. There's also a lot of reminders of rest and like trusting the intuition with the Devil, the Moon, the Four of Swords. And then like it looks like we have like decisions to make with this Two of Swords. We've got like maybe some boundaries to be set, or perhaps like this could also just be like moments of sticking up for yourself or like standing strong in one of your ideas. It doesn't have to necessarily involve another individual, if that makes sense. I just did a tiny little looky-loo on the Knight of Swords. But yeah, this is an ambitious individual, fast action, movement forward. I did read something very vaguely of like, be careful. Like, obviously action forward is always good, but sometimes if we move too fast in life, we could like, things could happen that we just can't really watch or see. And so I would just say, if the action feels right, move forward for sure. But definitely if you're feeling like you need to take a step back, always listen to your body, always listen to your gut. Listening to your gut is kind of like the theme I'm going off of here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one more from my... Am I going to do Tattoo Tarot? Let's do Tattoo Tarot. This is my tiny little deck. I don't know if I've showed you guys this deck yet, but maybe I have, I'm unsure. But I got it for Christmas from my mother, and it's super tiny and adorable, and it's like old school tattoo style. Isn't that so cute? We're gonna shuffle her up and get started. Just hang tight for me 30 seconds. Alrighty, spirits, we are pulling from the Tattoo Tarot deck, and I just wanted to see if you have any cards with any finalizing messages for the current week that we are in. Ready? Ace of Cups. Alright, well, 3 came out. I'm sorry. 6 of Coins and Knight of Coins. So, coins are pentacles, so we have 6 of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. If you're looking for love, you may have an individual with a financial offer. I don't do love readings, but sometimes that's what that can mean. Ace of Cups is a wonderful card. This is the card of, like, overflowing with emotional fulfillment, abundance. Your cup is full, it's overfilling. This is a great thing. I really think this reading is filled with wonderful things, but it's also filled with just like gentle reminders to like listen to your body and your gut and to stay focused, especially with that devil energy. But overall, this is the card of like emotional fulfillment, and I like to think of it as abundance. Your cup is full, your emotions are high in a great way. 6 of Pen. I'm gonna look at the thingy. I sincerely apologize. My phone had max storage and I had to delete 150 videos. But I do just have way too many things on my camera roll. We had just talked about the Ace of Cups. We also got the 6 of Coins and the Knight of Coins, and I was in the middle of reading from the paper because there's a little booklet in here. So 6 of Coins. Ready? Good financial trend, generosity, charity, benefactor, vigilance, paying attention, desire, paying debts, bail. This is a great card of financial abundance. Money is coming your way. Not like an overflowing amount, but you guys, it literally happened again, and if it happens one more time, I'm actually gonna throw my phone out the fucking window. I got cut off talking about the 6 of Coins, or maybe it was the Ace of Cups, but I said what I needed to say about both, and I'm just gonna move on. Last card, Knight of Coins, and these last 3 that I pulled from the tattoo are just to kind of like sum everything all together, and we're gonna be done. Damn it. Stupid phones, I hate them. Just kidding. Here's the card, Knight of Coins, ready? Trust, and I said this. I said, if the male cards come up, this may become a love reading. So we have the Emperor, and now we have the Knight of Coins, ready? Trustworthy, brave man. Methodical, oh fuck. Methodical, fuck. Reliable. Responsibility, decency, perseverance, patience, completes the task, what is necessary, profitable, interest, spare time. That's great. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know if you enjoyed anything or if anything was like, huh, cool. And if you didn't, I wish you a wonderful week anyways. Will we be back soon? I don't know.